So welcome. Thank you guys for coming back and tuning in. My name is Willie Rodriguez. As you know, I'm the host of the Plant Movement Podcast. So awesome. Here we are today with Miss Reilly Brooks, that if you guys are looking to get inspired in the industry in a different way, something career path, not business, let's say that you want to start your own business, but you're here to make an impact and you feel it, you know it. We're going to be interviewing Reilly today. She has a just plethora, look at this right here, of just things that she has been a part of. She has her master's in agribusiness from the University of Florida. Who even knew that that was something you could do? So you've heard me say it before, there's thousands of ways to get involved in the green industry, and there literally is. And today we're going to hear from her side of just what she's passionate about, what her purpose is here, and impact she's wanting to make. And we're just going to go. You ready, Miss Reilly?
I'm ready.
All right, guys. So hope you guys are good. Hope you're having fun tuning in wherever you're listening to us. God bless you. Thank you. You know, I know just how wild it is out there being an entrepreneur or just doing your thing at the end of the day. And the fact that you still have time to come in and tune in and gather up information with what we're putting out, the content we put out, is a blessing. So we feel called to continue to put out the fire or bring the fire. So, Miss Reilly, how was the drive down? Where'd you drive down from?
I drove up from Eustis, which is about 45 minutes north of Orlando, about 45 minutes south of Ocala. So right there, Mount Dora, Leesburg area. So that's where I was born and raised.
Big town, right? Big town?
Yeah.
Major city?
Yeah, about as big as Miami. No, very small town. It's growing very rapidly just with people from Orlando and people moving to Florida, but very small town, quiet, peaceful.
So they're already building homes over there?
A lot. Yeah, all of the orange groves or what were orange groves growing up turned into pine tree groves and are now houses as far as you could see.
Wow, that's crazy.
It is.
Wow, so you drove down, so thank you for coming.
Yeah.
Glad you made it safe and sound. And then I want to jump into your career. So what got you into horticulture? Your family member?
Yeah, so I'll give you, I guess, the long story. I don't ever tell a short story, I don't think.
That's fine.
So growing up, I was involved in agriculture. I used to raise and show steers growing up in middle school, high school. So I was involved in 4-H. That's what set my career path to college of I want to be in ag communications. Thought I wanted to do something with that. I used to always say I never wanted to work with people. I was like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to be, talking to people every day. Took a communications class, loved it, and started kind of steamrolling of like, hey, what can I do communication-wise in the ag industry? Traction, what was that, 6 years ago that I graduated undergrad? Right after COVID kind of took over was when I graduated from undergrad. So that came, I wasn't able to find a job or something that I really was wanting. There was some job interviews. It wasn't something that I was like, all right, somebody with a bachelor's degree should be doing this. So I reached out. My uncle has some connections up in the Apopka area with some nursery growers, owners, everything like that. So we did some networking, put out some feelers. I went and did some tours, and I did a tour with AgriStarts with Ty Strode.
Okay.
So my uncle and Ty and I did a tour of AgriStarts, talked, and Ty's like, hey, I have an opening. We kind of are looking for a customer service person to kind of help answer the phones, helps the sales team, support, do some orders, all of that stuff. Okay. So that's how I got into the industry.
So the clerical side of it, office work.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
That's cool.
And so that kind of just steamrolled into more responsibility. There was an opportunity for me to start taking on customers and doing some sales. So I started doing that, just learning more, taking more responsibility, gaining customers, going to trade shows, meeting people. So then that was working through getting my master's degree full-time. The exact same time I was full-time at work. So I'd go straight from work, home, do my homework, do all of my research papers, all of that, and then do it all the next day. So it was a 9-month process.
How big was that nursery?
Shoot, I should know that. AgriStarts is pretty big. So they supply, they're a tissue culture lab. So they have a whole lab dedicated to doing tissue culture cuttings. They then take those cuttings, put them into the lab, and then ship out liners. So
you know anything about that? About tissue culture?
Yeah, not as much as I probably should.
But it's very cool, right?
It is very cool to see how they grow the agar and everything that they put it in. So it's...
Can you explain real quick what that is? just real fast for the person on the other side that doesn't know? Tissue culture?
Hopefully I won't butcher it.
You're the graduate. I'm
In communications, though, not in science. Science is not what I studied, but I'm sorry if it's wrong, but from what I'm understanding, they're basically going down to the molecular level of this plant and taking that plant, clean, viable, and then transferring it into tissue culture, taking a cutting from that. And
it's like a cell, right?
yes.
Okay.
And so they're growing it in these jars with agar, which is filled with sugar, glucose, I guess glucose is sugar, gelatin, all of these things to help it live and be sufficient in this little jar so that it's growing pups is what I call them. But basically they're then taking and propagating that, planting them, which they propagate off of the mother plant, taking those and then putting them into the greenhouse to then root, which then comes to nurseries as they get older. So they're supposed to help with genetics, supposed to help with disease, other things that they're susceptible to. Once you take it from this healthy plant, you're kind of just replicating it over and over.
Yeah. So it's different than if you get it from a seed or if you're doing a liner or an air layer. It's different. It's literally from the cell. You're starting from the cell. So it's like super scientific. Everything has to be very clean. And it's very cool. I'm dying to tour a lab. Dying to tour a lab.
It sounds like it's like cloning.
It is
yeah.
cloning. Oh.
I'll have to set you up with Ty.
I would love to do a tour, and I would love to interview someone in the geek out about that stuff. It's very interesting, and it's very intimidating for me, so it's something I would never try.
He'll do it way better justice, him and his team. I'll introduce you guys so that you can do that. It's a sweet tour to look at.
All right, coming soon, guys, coming soon. All right, so you did that, which was very interesting because just think about it. You're getting thrown into the fire is what I call it. And I think it's awesome. That's the best way to learn because you're put on the spot and you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know who's going to be on the other side of the phone. Right. You don't know if the guy's going to be happy, he's going to be upset. You don't know if he's going to take it all out on you.
Right, no,
You don't know what's going to happen, what they're going to order, everything that goes into all that. So it's very interesting that you got that opportunity while you're going to school full time for your master's. Mm-hmm. And you got your master's in agribusiness. So first of all, was communications. What's the difference between agriculture communications and agriculture business?
So my communication classes were a lot of like this, podcasting, news reporting, kind of communications. It was also, I guess, my whole degree is agriculture education and communication. So it's about, learning. You could take the teaching portion of it if you wanted to kind of focus on your teaching. I wanted to focus more on the communications. Mm-hmm. So it was just, I guess, the way I explain it to people is if you think of a communications major from college, it's the exact same thing except for it's ag-based. So all of my case studies were ag-based. We did the DuPont ag study with the pesticides. We did a grapevine winery California case study, all of that type of stuff. So it's just geared more, in my sense of my experience, towards agriculture, towards the industry as a whole.
Okay.
So.
Okay. And then the business side of it, did they teach you business stuff?
I did not take any business classes. How that came about is I was actually interning in Okeechobee at the extension office. I had to do an end of year for my undergrad prior to getting involved in the hort industry. And I was like, I want to pursue higher education. I have this challenge with myself. I always want to be improving, learning something. I always want to be better than I was yesterday. I know that sounds corny to say, but I do. I want to learn something new. I want to be constantly improving. And at that time, that's what it was a master's. So I was I was still kind of thinking extension and everything for my job post-graduation. And they require a master's degree to be an extension agent, and was looking at the programs that they offered, and I was like, ag business or agribusiness is something that interests me, just kind of getting in there. Communications, it's still going, but you're learning how to, look at a business, risk management that I mentioned earlier that I'm terrible at, but a different skill set or different things that you learn that go hand in hand with communication, because you're still, as a business owner or somebody that's customer facing, you're still dealing with all of that, but then kind of looking at more of the aspect of sales and revenue and everything that goes into the business portion side of it too, if that makes sense.
Okay. And what is your goal from studying these things? I know now we're gonna get into it. You're a sales rep at BioSafe, but what is your goal for doing it? Like, what is your passionate about, and where you feel you can make some of the bigger impact down the road?
Again, when I mentioned earlier that I used to say I didn't want to work with people and not change, that's a big part of it for me is networking, connections. What I do for my job now is grower solutions. I'm not here to just go and hound people and say, hey, use this product, this
Buy
chemistry.
my product now.
Right, exactly. I'm here because I care about people. I care about learning stuff, meeting new people. I mean, if we think about where you and I were a year, 2 years ago, we didn't know each other. And so this is kind of organically changed and moved. And so it's just new connections, and it's being around people that I used to just never think I would want to do. And it's something that fills up my cup and it makes me feel good. So that's just kind of that leadership as well of like, hey, with me constantly improving and wanting to do something, what can I do for the industry, for my job, that is more than what I'm doing now? So I just look into that and kind of...
Let that flow.
Yeah.
Whatever happens, happens.
Right.
So leave it in God's hands. No, but that's cool because it's true. Like, I'm a business owner, and my day is wrapped around literally bombs all day.
Right.
Most of it, right? A good percentage of it. But we still got to make time for personal development. We still got to make time for learning about other products, right? All these other things that we have to do, but maybe we don't do, that we need to do. So like you that are so passionate about communications, people, and then also horticulture, you're able to go study and perfect, your knowledge, so that now you can bundle it up and show up that today it's BioSafe, tomorrow it can be God knows where, right? But you're able to really bring value to people like us and others because you're teaching us. You're educating us, and then from the whole communication, you build trust. So, like, I trust whatever you tell me, right? Because if not, then bye, Reilly.
Right. No, and
good luck.
Exactly. Yeah,
Right?
I should make you feel comfortable in what I'm talking about. It's not
like if you call me and say, "Hey, remember that we talked about? Remember what I saw that day?" Or, "Hey, I found out that someone else in your area has this issue. Are you seeing this? We have this to help you out." I'm gonna instantly say, "All right, well, what do I gotta do to get it?"
right.
Can you come and check and see if I have it? And then now we're moving somewhere, and it takes all that pressure off of me, right? In a big way. Like even like through BioSafe, we're running the Sanidate 12. You helped us with the pump. You helped us with connecting the pump. You brought someone out to adjust it for us. Like, I didn't have to do nothing. I had to wait, right? I wish I was faster. But hey, we can't have our cake and eat it too, right? So, but other than that, everything was easy. And now it's our job to just make sure we keep buying it and put it in and opening the valve every Tuesday at 7 o'clock at night.
Right.
And from there, we continue. So I love the fact that you want to grow every day. People say, "Man, you've changed. Reilly, you've changed, girl." Yes. Thank God I have.
Right.
Because I'm working towards that.
Yeah.
Every single day. So it's just very interesting. So today you're working at BioSafe. BioSafe is a company, if you want to explain what that is, because it's very cool.
Yeah, so BioSafe, we were founded in 1998. So we are a company that works with chemistry manufacturers, product manufacturers of chemicals, and we are here for grower solutions. So we're here for disease control, bacteria control, insects, algae. We're really here to give a solution to you guys to help with something that works. Our biggest products are Xeritol, Sanidate, 12. Those are all the way our chemistries work. Non-residuals. There are also no known mutational resistance. So the way that works is that our chemistry, our mode of action is just blowing cell walls apart. So that's going to help those bacteria, that fungus, not be able to mutate around because it's just bleeding out that cell. It's nice to work that in with your other rotational pieces or to use like you're using in in-field chemigation. It's something that I like talking about. I like talking to growers, but I like when growers start using it because when they see the effects and how it's working, they notice it. And so their plants are cleaner, their water's cleaner, the ground cloth around them is cleaner. It's less stuff that you have to manage downstream of. Look at your losses over the year. Is there an improvement just from using that chemistry? But I also like checking in with you guys. Like, I email, we text every time I'm down here. Hey, how's it going? We make a sheet. It's more grower solutions for you guys while I'm here for technical support. So any questions that growers have, I'm always like, call, text, shoot me a text. Let me put on my schedule to come down there. But I want to make sure that everybody that I talk to is comfortable using it and knows what it's working on, and that they also trust me. Like you said, trust is a big thing. And if it's, hey, Reilly sold me this and this isn't what I'm doing, or she never checked in on me, it's like, all right, then that goes against me.
Not going. You gotta leave BioSafe.
Right, I'm not doing a good job of what I should be doing.
So you 100% stand behind BioSafe.
I do. Yeah, it's very cool. It's nice to see it work, right? You want to know that a product works. You want to see it work. You want to see the chemistry, the science behind it. Our stuff lets you do that. Green Clean Pro is an awesome product for people with algae on the floors. We go and do a demo and spray the algae with the Green Clean Pro, wet it to activate it, and within 20 minutes, the algae's dead. And so it's kind of just something that is a very aesthetically pleasing product, and it gets people like, okay, we see what it's doing, we see what it's working. We're like, okay, so I can take this now, and basically with a different product, I can replicate this on top of your plants. So
You've learned
nice.
a lot working there, right?
I have learned a lot. Yeah, absolutely. So the company was taught our chemistry is different than what they teach in college of the chemistry. So the way our products are made, they are very helpful, very technical, supportive. My manager Eric call him all the time with questions. Growers still come to me with questions that I'm like, I don't know. Let me get back to you on it. I never want to speak on something that I'm not 100% sure on. So just always give that reassurance of, hey, let me find out and I will get back to you. And then it helps me learn something too of like, hey, I didn't know that. And that's my constant improvement every day. I've never seen that. I've never heard that. Okay, let's see if you can tank mix this with this chemistry and everything like that. So it is constantly evolving. It's something new every day.
It's very different. I think the chemistry just behind everything that, chemicals in general, what they bring value. The value they bring is very interesting, and just what goes into it and where the ingredients come from and how to apply it and everything is very cool. What they did for us, guys, was they set up, we wanted to start using a product called Sanidate 12, which for you guys that have nurseries or you've been to nurseries, you know that inside the pipes, we get this green, either boogery algae, or it turns into it almost looks like pastry bread, but green. Right, and that stuff clogs our sprinklers, which means you got to have somebody cleaning it every couple days, which is an issue. So they told us about this product in a podcast that they did, that Eric actually did. I forget what number it is, Eddie. We talked about it, and I said, man, I would really love to get that set up over here. So they set it up. It took a little bit to get everything done, but they sold us the injection pump. The injection pump, I'm just going to say it was like $2,400 or something like that. We got it set up here. They sent someone out to set it up. Reilly was here too, sweating down here in the wonderful humidity of Miami-Dade County out there. Took like an hour and a half, something like that, to get it all set up. And then now we buy Sanidate 12. We're doing it by the 55-gallon drum, but it's a little bit more cost effective if you do the tote. So the tote's how big? 150 gallons? 265 gallons. All right. So it comes out. It's not cheap. It's about a couple grand a month to run Sanidate 12. Right. But we're doing it on a 20-acre piece of property. We're doing it once a week. So we open that valve once a week, 15 minutes before we shut off the water at the end of the watering cycle. We're doing it on Tuesdays because that's when we started it. But what that's going to do is eliminate us having to spray other things, and also having someone that is our sprayer having to be there all day spraying. Think about what it takes to either do it with a blower, which at that field we have a lot of larger things. So a blower really doesn't get into the middle of the block. So you're having to do it with what we call here in Spanish, we call it el gancho. So basically it's like a 5-headed mister, and you got to go up underneath the leaves on top, and just think about that plant by plant on a 20-acre farm. For any bacteria, any fungi, anything like that, it's a lot of work. And when you look at what it costs, yeah, $600 a week or whatever, it's actually cheaper than if we had to pay somebody to do it by hand, and also just the chemicals, the cost of what that costs as well. So we're basically able to do it all through the sprinkler system. The sprinkler system is working for us. We're just feeding it the product. So that's basically what they set up here. And Reilly happens to work there at BioSafe, and she helped us set it up, and this is how we met. So it's only been 2 weeks. I haven't gone over there and inspected to see what's happening in all reality.
You get busy.
Yeah. But I plan on going to. I'm going to go today. Hopefully today I have time. If not tomorrow, I'm going to swing by and check it out and see how everything is. But it's very cool and very interesting. You guys have just a huge product line. Today you currently do sales. If you guys wanted to talk to Reilly, you can, but she doesn't sell you any products. They sell it all through the companies that sell your chemicals currently. That's where you can get all this stuff from. And I would definitely shop around because I got way different prices from everybody. Everybody's percentages is a little bit different. But I can't tell you who we got it from cheapest. That's what you guys got to do the legwork and figure it out on your own.
Reilly sells service. Great service.
Yeah, she sells
Yes,
service.
I'm here for technical support.
Yeah.
I will, instead of calling distributors, we always say, like, call me for product questions. Distributors is who we sell through, but they have a million products.
And you, the way that and this is a little personal, but BioSafe, are you doing commission or you're doing salary, or how is that?
Both.
You're doing both.
So I have a base, and then we get commission based on budget and
Region,
sales.
but is it region or is it like county or is it store?
So
or,
I have my whole territory. I have the entire state of Alabama and Florida,
Okay.
and then a little bit of South Georgia.
Okay.
So whatever is getting sold into that territory is
You get a commission from that. All right, that's cool. That's interesting because that's cool too. You know, people want to jump into sales.
based on my budget, though.
Yeah. Based on
Gotta
your
hit
budget.
a certain number.
Oh, you
but-
gotta hit a certain number to make that $100,000. No, I'm messing around.
Yeah, that would be nice.
But no, because there's people that are in sales, and then if you don't communicate with other people that are currently in sales in a similar market, you don't know. Like, you know, comparing is not good. It's the 10th commandment: thou shalt not covet. Right? You not want what someone else has, but you should know more or less what you should be getting paid. You know, or how. And some companies do it differently, and thank you for sharing that. So if you guys are in sales and you're looking to jump into sales in some type of chemical thing, that's how they do it. It's a region. You get a specific amount if you hit a quota for the state.
But all businesses could be different.
They all
Right.
could.
Yeah, depending on business and everything. But that's how we have it set up currently. But it is all technical support. So like you said, questions that you have, or growers or owners, or if it's like, hey, I want to learn more about it, call me, because I can easily help. Like you said, come talk. I mean, we sat in here a couple months ago for like an hour with everybody, with all the growers and everything, talking. So that's what we're here for. I'm not coming and
Educated.
knocking on your door asking for money for stuff that's not.
We actually didn't buy Sanidate 12 until just the other day. And we've had a relationship for like 2 years.
Yeah.
We've been learning with them. They
It's
come and they teach us more, and they say, try this, and this could help with this and
Right.
that.
Yeah.
And it's
It's a process.
It's a long process. Water treatment or chemigation is longer than what you would think it is, because like you said, we have to get all of your information. We help you size the pump. Then we have to get the pump ordered. And then if things are back ordered, and then it comes, and then you have to be set up. Then you have to dial it in. Then
it
you
takes
can
a while.
start
It
chemigating.
takes a while.
So it is
But what?
No, and as an
long
owner, you got to
process.
try new things.
Yeah, you
and
have to.
accept
You
new
have to be
things
open.
and,
No, but look,
open-minded.
here's the thing. You can call Reilly and say, hey, I have this issue. Can you help me? Right? Because that's the easiest way. But you might not be aware, because that in reality, you might not even be aware that it's an issue, right? I might have 5 other issues that I don't even know about. So having someone come from the outside in is where they can see and say, hey, look, that right there's an issue. Oh, my gosh, you're right. And I have this to fix it. Oh, yeah? Oh, my gosh. Well, what does that do? It does this, this, and this. Oh, let's try it. Do. This is the pictures, because that's what sold me. When Eric pulled out his phone and he goes, look at this,
And Eric is
and look at
episode
that.
60.
And I said, OMG. I said, Eric, what do we got to do to get that over here? Because I just thought of the amount of money just saved and just the better quality of the product at the end of the day. And we're trying to get to like the best quality product we can create for landscape product. Like literally, that's what we're striving for. So to have products like what you guys sell on our team, that just betters the whole experience for everybody and allows us to get a top dollar for what we're trying to do. Because without top dollar, we can't grow.
No, and evolving too, because if you think of the labor force these days, you're finding ways to help,
Yeah.
cut some things, like the things that are not available at the moment. At least you have something that could actually
No, our budgets.
That's
Right now, the biggest thing is budgets for business owners because the amount of suppression that we're under is next level. My father had been in the industry for a long time, and he used to sell. I'll just say this: he used to sell Exora Mauis to a nursery that would sell to Home Depot, Lowe's, right? He had a contract, and he would sell them for $3.50. This is in the '80s, early '90s. Today, I can still find Maui's for $3.50. Back then, labor, the pot, soil fertilizer, the fuel, delivery, everything was way, way low. We're talking 50 to 100 to 200 to 300% cheaper, 500% cheaper. And today the prices are still around the same thing. Obviously now if you're growing for a chain store, you're gonna probably have to sell it for $5 but look at the difference. It's still not a whole lot. So think about the suppression that the growers under, having to pay higher wages, which we have to. Like you can't live at minimum wage, even though DeSantis changed it and it's gonna be 15 this year. It sucks for a business owner to, man, you gotta have that much more faith that you're gonna come up with this money. But at the end of the day, look at what the cost of living is, and that's just one thing.
Yeah, you're saying even though there's inflation, the industry has not
it's still
has not been able to.
They don't believe in themselves.
No, I'm saying it's still $3, even though everything else is much more expensive.
Well, and this is the plant world.
Yeah.
Because if Sanity tomorrow one ingredient goes up, the owner of BioSafe is going to click up that product. And he's not going to bat three eyes because that's just what it is. That's not how it works for the small little business owner that's scared to lose his client from day one, and he doesn't realize that his client from day one is holding him back. You're like great, you have clients from day one, great.
They're like choking themselves.
Yeah, it's like a friend. This is my day one friend. Not all of them are great. The guys you went to middle school with, and the girls you went to elementary, middle school. Not all of them are going to work out to be your best friends throughout life. Maybe you should cut someone off and let someone else come in. I'm just saying, right? So that there's a lot of suppression in our industry. So when you look at just what, cutting corners, not cutting corners, but let's say doing things like what you guys offer that can really help.
Yeah.
I don't want to have 2 or 3 spray guys. If I could do it with one, then great. If he doesn't have to go spray that field anymore, great. That's less problems I got to deal with.
And that's part of conversations that we have too of automation. Hey, if you're looking for somebody, save a couple days on your spray in your field, or if you don't want to be in your mist house spraying and trying to kill all the algae that's in there, because mist houses are problem childs. They're always wet all the time. We can kind of help with that. We set up an injector, set up the chemistry, then you're kind of there to observe, make sure your ppms are the same, everything's going how it's supposed to go, but then that's taking that off of your plate, so you're not having to stress as much of like, we got to go out there and we got to spray this field, da 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 da. It's like, okay, maybe we can back off of this a little bit because the Sanity is going through our water system, it's helping with that, it's killing bacteria, it's killing disease, it's helping with the water, the plants, all of that. Where before it was rampant, right? You have to worry about that. You have to have 2 or 3 spray guys, or they're there multiple times a week. Where your labor can be reduced.
Or they're just not spending their time there.
Right, elsewhere, doing other more productive things that would be a better use of time and labor.
You see more automation in just the line of work that you're in, because think about it. You travel from Alabama, Georgia to Florida. You're in horticulture only, right? But you guys do agriculture too, but you are specifically in horticulture. You see a lot, and you might not even realize how much you actually see, because most of us, we're just in one place all the time, doing what we do every day. So that you get to travel and bounce around, you get to see all different types of nurseries and new things. Maybe you see something that is indoor. Maybe people growing hydroponically, or what are some of the cooler things that you've been able to experience that's different than the traditional nursery?
So we do, I guess, I do a lot. So under the horticulture umbrella for us as a company, I have nurseries, I have greenhouses, I have CEA, I have
What's
cannabis.
CEA?
Indoor lettuce,
Okay.
veggie growers.
Oh, that's cool.
So like your
That
hydroponics.
wouldn't be agriculture?
Nope, because
It's under
they're just the
horticulture?
way it's grown.
Oh.
It's grown in greenhouses, so that's all
Horticulture.
on me. So I do see hydroponic greenhouses. I do see lettuce growers, and they're floating in the hydroponics.
gosh.
So I mean, it's
Can
very,
I be your driver?
it's very cool to see how diverse. I mean, even from a nursery to going to a greenhouse, we'll go back to AgriStarts. They grow everything from their tissue culture lab into a greenhouse. They don't grow anything outside. You guys are
state
all
of the art.
outside. So it's very different. But like you said, different regions of from here to Apopka to Mobile, Alabama is very different in what everybody grows. So it's eye-opening. I love it all. I think it's very cool to see what everybody is growing and how they're doing it. I've seen some cool automation things. There was a grower that we visited. So I was in segueing in emerging leaders, and we can get to that for FNGLA. We toured a nursery up in North Florida near Tallahassee. They have automation where they're loading on the golf cart things that are self-driving.
Okay.
Self-driving, they're mapping them out.
Is it the robot one? What's the name of the burro?
Yeah, it was something like that. And all they do is when they first get them, I guess they map out the property, and they're like, all right, you're going to zone F, and it just goes beep beep.
Oh my gosh!
It's very cool to see that they don't have to have anybody. Just goes. The guys are out there. They load up the little trolleys and then send it on its way, and it goes back out. So
Wow.
it's
So
You see where things are evolving to.
Yeah, you're seeing cool
to
things.
help and labor. So that's helping them on somebody from driving it. They're sending it. People are loading the plants out in the fields, putting it on there and then taking it to be shipped off. So
Yeah. That's very cool.
it's very cool.
No, you're not aware of how cool it is to be able to experience all these different things. Like the amount of information that you're gathering on the daily without even realizing it is powerful.
Yeah, I'm
Like,
lucky, very lucky.
Very powerful. Like, oh man, that's crazy. So you talked about FNGLA involvement. I want to jump into that because this is something that really caught my attention. The FNGLA stands for Florida Nursery Growers. What is it? The Florida Nursery Growers Landscape Association for the state of Florida. All right, I was sitting on the board. I'm currently not on the board anymore in Miami-Dade County. The guy above you, Eric Smith was the president for 2023 to 4.
I believe
Episode
so.
60.
Yes.
Right? Episode 60? Episode 60. So that's cool. And then your involvement, you took some classes called Emerging Leaders Leadership classes. What is your involvement just with that, and what you learned from that? And
Yeah. So that's another thing, FNGLA, that I dove in, I guess, feet first. I was just like, I want to be involved. I want to be a part of this. Just based on my time at AgriStarts and going to trade shows, FNGLA is who puts on TPIE and the landscape show every year, and just meeting people. So I started getting involved at the chapter level. I was like, what do I need to do? I started going to meetings. I was helping facilitate, plan, pick things up for meetings, being there early for setup or tear down before I really got involved with the chapter.
Okay.
And I was like, I want to do more. What can I do? So I started on the chapter's secretary.
Okay.
So I was secretary. I'm currently the vice president of the Action Chapter. So we're Lake County, Orange County, Seminole County, and I think that's it. But
The VP, baby.
biggest chapter is Action Chapter, and then come July, I will be president of
What?
the Action Chapter. Yeah.
25.
So
That's a young, I don't want to say how old you are because I don't know, but that's a young president, let me tell you.
not of state, not of FNGLA,
No, but of all those counties, yeah.
of the chapter. So
What are you looking to do there? What impact are you looking to make?
It's a great chapter as it is right now. The things that we're doing, just involvement. I would like to get involvement to be up more. I think also networking and connecting and getting people that are local and not aware of FNGLA and not aware of the benefits of being involved in the association at a state level, trade shows, chapter level, what they can do. So being, I guess, an advocate. I'm really also interested in looking at what it looks like for the younger peers. I usually will do, the last 3 or 4 years, I've gone to the FFA state convention in Orlando every year, help volunteer, do interview prep, just kind of all of that stuff for the younger high school generation. So that's something that I would like to look at too, of, hey, how can we get them aware of the horticulture industry if they're not already? Because based on my time in high school, I was involved in ag, but I didn't have any idea about nurseries and greenhouses and growers. I didn't think anything of it, but I wasn't exposed to that. So I think that exposure is something that I would like to lean into. So we'll see how being chapter president goes, but I am very excited. It's a great chapter. Everybody involved is super helpful. I learn a bunch of stuff. There's constantly new people coming in and learning about FNGLA as a whole. But emerging leaders, that is a program that Linda Adams started two years ago. So I'm in class 2. Class 1 was last year. They're currently taking applications for class 3 candidates. So if you know anybody, that would be...
You could be anywhere in Florida?
Anywhere in Florida, yeah. So we have people, this year in my class, I had people down here in Homestead to Sarasota area, all the way up to Tallahassee, a few people in my area. So they pick, these candidates from all around just to give, everybody, and we travel. So we have online modules with UF for leadership, and then we travel. So we did a trip down to Homestead, we did a trip to Central Florida, and then we did a trip up to Tallahassee and did all of nursery tours.
What are you learning in the leadership? What's the main goal of it?
The main goal is leadership, right? And what you can do, types of leadership. I really took away from it the type of leadership. I really resonate with being a leader that is hands-on. A servant leader is what they call it. Somebody that's in the field, kind of working with you always, instead of just telling you what to do. It's somebody that's working hard, giving advice, talking, hearing everybody out, right? Getting to know everybody. The same thing is the networking and the people that I've been talking about the whole time of, like, I really resonate with that. But it's also about different type of leadership that you can look at, different type of personality traits. We did a personality test our first day of, hey, you're all of these colors, but one of them comes out more than the rest. What is your color? Like, I'm a gold, very type A when it comes to work life of, I have my notes, I have this is how I operate. You could be a blue. You're more emotional, you're more people, I guess, centric, where I'm kind of black and white on, hey, this is what it is. So it's like, hey, how can we tailor my deliverance of what I'm doing? Because you might not be receiving what I'm saying the way that I mean, or vice versa. So it's really about communication, dealing with people, different
like the psychology too, right?
Yeah, psychology. Yes, exactly. So it's very cool. It's the color theory test. If you ever want to take it,
What color are you, Eddie? Purple?
No, I would definitely have to take the test. Sometimes I'm not well working with others. Sometimes
gold, orange, blue, and green. And I am the highest gold that you could get. I took it, and I was like, oh, of course. Shocker, but it's very cool, and the whole course is open your eyes. I mean, you would take these modules, and you just look, and you're like, okay, I never really thought of it like that. Like, how can I look different? Or I don't have any people underneath me, but how do I see a mentor or a leader or a manager? How do I want to reflect that as being involved in the chapter? There's people on our board that are not chapter president, but they're still doing stuff. And how do I want to deliver the way I talk to people, the way that I lead people? So it's kind of eye-opening. there's 15, I believe we have 15 people in our class, and we're all from different backgrounds. So there's salespeople, there's nursery growers, there's landscapers. So it's very cool to see how a diverse group of people come together, and we all just hit it off. We all get along. We all ping each other. We have a group text that we now text each other, like if we need something, hey, does anybody have this many of this plants, or does anybody have a contact for this? So it's
like networking. It's like a very
absolutely,
cool network.
absolutely,
And it's different than college.
different than college. Yeah, so this is all through FNGLA. You sign up, so they partner with UF. UF has a leadership course, so you go on through their platform for an online class. You do the modules. One opens up every month, and it's a 9-month course for emerging leaders.
You paid for this? Mm-hmm. Yeah? Okay.
So that is, you have to be nominated. You can nominate yourself, but then you fill out an application of, hey, what do you want to get out of this? What are some concerns that you see or some topics that you want to highlight in the industry? What do you do for work? So it's more of you have to fill out the application, and then you get selected. So they'll have class 3, I believe they will do it selection for this year at the landscape show. And then I think it's going to an every other year.
Listen, guys, if you're listening, or if a conversation comes up where someone wants to donate, you can literally reach out to Reilly. She's about to be the president, okay, of what's the name of the chapter?
Action Chapter.
Action Chapter. You can reach out to her and say, hey, I would love to pay for the 5 kids to go to school, 10 kids to go to school. Literally, legit.
Or your own kid.
Yeah, I would love to have
We'll ping
like
that
for this.
to FNGLA. So we can, Linda Adams, Sean Pattison, those are the people that, hey, if that's something, that's fantastic.
I think it's very good. We talk about this all the time, Eddie, how the industry's just very outdated in a lot of things. And the fact that the FNGLA is putting this on, they've done all the legwork, they shook all the hands at UF to be able to make this actually happen. You're listening it from the mouth of a girl that has been to school, has been to UF. She's learning in this, she's connecting. There's just so much. And this is what the future of the industry needs. We need people, young people, that want to make an impact, like that see, they don't know much when you come in, literally. You know what you know, but you don't know where you can make an impact, because that's the hardest thing. Like, where can you make an impact today that you see, that you know that you're good at? You know your gold, right? You know your color's gold, right? You know you're about to be the president, you're the vice president, like you can make an impact, but where can you really, really like blow up
So
an impact?
you do have to be selected to get into the course.
Yep.
So it's not like Willie's son is getting into the business and he's learning about.
He would have to sign up.
He would have to sign up, but I'm just saying it's.
Yeah, but let me tell you, if 150 people sign up or 1,000 people
But
sign
I'm
up,
saying,
they'll
does
make the
anybody
class bigger, I'm
qualify?
sure.
Does anybody qualify, or do they have to be like
In the
a spec-
I believe in the hort industry, because it is an FNGLA program. But if you want your son, hey, send an email
Yeah.
or send a nomination of, hey, I would like to nominate so and
saying, for
so.
somebody that's growing and
And
they really want their son to get involved into the industry, and they're hearing this now, like they're a business owner and they're here, oh my God, I would love my son to take some more leadership.
The influence is powerful.
But
I
I'm
see
just
it
saying,
as beautiful.
So anybody could apply for it, and his son could go get the experience with, people that are already involved in the industry, and maybe he might really fall in love into I'm just saying, like, there's a dad out there that owns his nursery, and he's listening to us right now,
Right.
and he wants to get his son more interested into the industry, and maybe that might be a great opportunity for the son to get, more comfortable or confident in the industry, learning more about leadership. So I'm just saying, it's possible for anybody to sign up for it.
Yep.
Okay.
And I want to say it's on the FNGLA website, I think. If not,
We'll look it up.
you can.
We'll
I can
find
get
it,
you.
guys.
I can get you the
No,
contact
we'll
information.
Get it so we can
for
put the
anybody.
link. We can put the link somewhere in the
bio.
description.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bio, yeah.
of this episode. I see it as very good. I sat on the board of FNGLA. There's a lot of things that I love. There's a lot of things that I wish that were different. But that's what everybody brings to the table. We all bring our own walks, right? And what we see as valuable and what we see as a waste, or what we can do to make an impact, So you being on the board for the amount of time you've been on and literally just donating your time, serving at the end of the day, because that's what this is. You're now about to sit in a chair that is very, like you said, I'm only the chapter. I'll only be the chapter president.
Right.
I won't be the president of the state. But regardless, you're going to have a voice that's more powerful than everybody else's at the end of the day. And you have to pray about, why am I here? Because you want to make the most impact. You want to, my prayers will be, Lord, show me what's wrong. Like, put these people in my path. Like, can someone call me today with a big bomb so I can, like, help them figure this
Right.
out? No, for real. Because
is.
you're being put in this chair for a reason.
It's a lot of go-getting, too. I have a hard time just, I guess, sitting and waiting for something, which, yes, that's things do come, things fall in your lap. But being somebody that's out there, finding it instead of waiting for it to come. Because I think you find it quicker, you find something better than when you're just like, we'll see what comes.
Yeah.
But yeah,
No, you can't just sit. You got to be out there searching.
Right.
You got to be out there searching. But look, this is searching.
Exactly.
Because everyone that gets to hear this, might spark some interest, And at the end of the day, I see the people on the board for the state. I want them. This is what I want. What I see and what I want, they might be different. But what I want is for them to be the leaders of the industry when it comes to what we need. Mm-hmm. And that's what we need as a community. People that can listen, that want to listen, that care, that will message you back, all of those things, right? So I guess it's getting in touch with the right person, right? You can't be emailing the guy that sweeps the floors at the extension office.
That might pay off. You never know. Networking, that's a connection.
I have 3 questions for you. Mm-hmm. What do you wish was different or better about our industry? There's got to be something that you're just like, man, I wish that was better. Or I wish these people can get this. Or I wish this was like this. Just one thing. I know there's a million.
Yeah, that's a hard question.
You're on the Plant Movement Podcast.
I feel like I'm still green to the industry. I've not been in the industry as long as you have. Mm-hmm. I still see it, I guess, as rainbows and sunshine. I don't know if it's just the outlook, the benefits of the job that I have, that I'm always like, there's always room for improvement. There's always, but advocacy is something very important. I know you guys have a lot of housing's going up, commercial, residential things coming in. So I think growers, nursery owners, of them having a voice, like you said, somebody advocating. I think FNGLA does a good job of that, going up to Tallahassee, going up to DC to talk with legislators. I think just awareness at a local level. Thing that I've heard a lot recently is getting involved at the local level. Talk to your legislators there, invite them out to the nursery, let them see so that they know what they're talking about. Because a lot of people say they're pro ag, but have they been exposed to it? Have they seen it? Do they know? I think building that personal connection too of, hey, I want you to come see, I want you to come, whether it's an FNGLA event, hey, we're going to have it here at A's Ornamentals, a meeting, right? For example, we're going to invite you guys out. We just kind of want to see, get to know you guys, so you can see, so you can digest what we do for our livelihood. This is how we
feed our families.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's something that I've heard within the last 6 months, more than I can count on my hands of, hey, look at local level, invite people, being proactive of, instead of waiting for what FNGLA does at the state or the national level, hey, let's invite our people that are here, that are running for political office around us, to come see, because they do have a say in what goes in. No,
they have a big say. Look, the episode that dropped today, that we're recording this right now, Martha Vega episode, what was it, 96? She's running for District 8 commissioner. So District 8 is our area. She's running for the commissioner. She came on and she spoke her voice here. She voiced her opinion. And we asked her about all topics that had to do with agriculture, horticulture. And it's very cool, that there's somebody that's willing to take the time to come and sit here and listen, literally talk to the industry, even though it's only Miami-Dade. But sit here and talk with us
But
about.
it's Miami-Dade. Miami-Dade
No,
is big.
I know, it's big. It's
But
big.
horticulture is a big part of down here, right?
Yeah, it
It
is.
has a big impact.
is.
Even places that you might not see it, or you might not be driving through a homestead-esque thing that are nurseries every corner of every road. Up in my area, that's something we could be better at, or different chapters or different areas. Hey, let me invite these people and just show them and talk to them and kind of explain what we do.
Or the importance of it.
Right.
I think that was a perfect answer.
Thank you.
Because awareness it's such a lack right now of, especially with all the building that's going on. It's like awareness is so important, and doing something about it. Yeah,
you got to see the
introducing
future.
Leaders.
You got to be able to see the future.
Right.
And you as a leader, you got to be able to see the future, because you don't know what you're fighting for. You can't fight for something once it's done. Like once the houses are built, you can't go bulldoze the house. You got to buy them all to bulldoze them and turn them back into agriculture land. So it's like, what can we do to push back, or what will the industry look like down the road? Because things do change. Right? So like, what can we do to adapt for the next 10 to 20 years of what change might look like? Do we have to grow plants in hydroponic houses? Do we build 10-story laboratories? No, like that we're making plants in a lab in a 10-story building. Like, what does it look like? Like, I'm down. If that's what we got to do, then it is what it is.
And the
Who am
question
I
is, what
to
is
say
being
no?
done about it right now?
Yeah, but what can we do, or how can we get there? Where's the knowledge? So, okay, we can't have all these houses are coming in. That's what legislation allows for many reasons. Cool, no problem. What are we going to do? Because we have to continue. And then you look at the impact I think it was $26.4 billion that horticulture did for the state of Florida. Like, we're somebody. Hello.
Oh, for sure.
Right? Like, we're somebody. So, like, if we get cut out, like, there's a lot of hurt that's going to happen. And when you build a home, there's not much else that happens. You just build a house, the guys up top make all the bread, and then, they make all the money. And then what else? With a nursery, it's recurring. It's a business. It's taxes year round. It's all the time. It's everyday transactions, state tax and federal tax and whatever. I'm just speaking outside the box. But I know, and I just want to say this, I know that the fact that you're young, you're involved in what you're involved in, you're being exposed to so much, I know that you're here to make a bigger impact than Reilly Brooks thinks she is today. I know that you will become more aware of many, many things, and you will be able to really just make the impact that your heart desires in the industry, that the young Reilly Brooks before you jumped in wanted to do. Because it doesn't make any sense for someone to have, let's say, the career path and just the awareness and the opportunities and the hands and the communications and the obsession to not do something big. So the fact that you're going to be a president level, your VP today, it screams success in just your career path and the impact over time. Like, I know if we do another podcast in the next few years, I already know that you're going to be completely different. It's going to be 100% different because you're striving for that and you're being exposed to it. So I just want to say kudos and just keep doing what you're doing. And I'm glad that I get to call you or text you if I have anything that I need.
Anytime.
Which is dope because, the awareness is crazy. And that's what we need. Communication and just great minds that desire for more and are passionate about the future of a specific thing, which is the green industry. So it's dope. I asked you all the questions I had. I don't want to bombard you with anything else. What?
I have one more question. So what's your current goal with BioSafe? Like, where could you see yourself, and what position would you like to be at BioSafe? Like, besides where you're at right now, is there something that you would strive for, like at BioSafe? Like, is there a position that you could see yourself being like, what, I would love to do that at BioSafe?
Leveling up to become.
I love what I do. So if I were to level up, it would be Eric's spot. But that's a big thing. Eric does a fantastic job being a manager. I am honestly very grateful for him. I couldn't have asked for a better boss, manager, not being paid to say that.
We love Eric.
I am very happy with my role at BioSafe as a technical sales rep. Where I want to grow and be is household name is not the right thing, but I want more people to know about our products, about me. I want people to know who I am. I want people to feel comfortable calling me with an issue. So I think it's just growing and evolving who I am in the role that I'm in now. Because I've only had this position 2.5 years. I started February, 2024. So 2.5 years based on what I learned or knew, which was very little then to now.
Very little after having a master's.
Well, about the chemistries and everything, it makes me proud of myself, and it makes me want to improve and grow. So I guess, I mean, other than, I don't want to have a lab position. I enjoy being out, talking to people, doing the communications aspect of it. So it's just growing.
Just continue evolving with
Growing
what
me.
you're doing.
Well, look,
Yeah.
look what she's doing.
I
She's
just
about to be
won,
the chapter president.
I
You'll be
just-
talking to everybody.
And she's on a podcast right now.
Yeah.
Get your voice ready. Drink hot tea in the morning.
Won FNGLA's Young Professional of the Year as well.
What? Give me that's right. You did.
Convention is
Wow.
FNGLA convention is the end of this week, so I have to go up. This is practice because I have to go up and
Do
get
this
an
again.
award in
You're
front
like
of everybody.
totally involved in the industry.
Yeah, she's super involved.
Involved.
Involved. Wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah, no, forget it. Riley's gonna be doing big things. Even though
Future
that's what we're doing
president.
right now, but
It's hard to be complacent. I guess I've always had
fantastic.
that issue. I need to be doing something somehow, improving myself, and it's a great industry to improve and then work on who I am too.
yeah. Wow.
So.
What a cool podcast. It was very cool interviewing you today. Thank you. I hope you guys listening took something from this.
Thank you.
Just closing out, if you guys want to reach out to her, information's down at the bottom. If you need anything regarding anything that we talked about, or if there's something that came to your mind, you're like, man, she's the person. Thank you, Lord. That's the person I needed to talk to. Reach out to her. We opened up our eyes a little more to what the industry has to offer that we haven't spoken about before on any of our podcasts. So thank you, Reilly, for that. And if you're up there in the Action Chapter area and you want to meet Reilly, you can definitely meet her. Or if not, just have her come to your nursery. She'll schedule you in. She does drive from very far to get it done.
I drive, everywhere.
She does.
So
And she
you'll see
drives
me pull up.
she drives an older F-150, so she's looking for sponsors. Okay.
I was like, what's older? Listen, if anybody
Well, you said
wants
you
to pay-
wanted a new one.
Yeah, I would like a new truck. So
So if anybody has an old new truck that wants to sponsor her Ford, Palmetto Ford, or anyone like that, you're more than
Lightning.
welcome. Yeah, the Lightning, the new Ford Lightning, the electric one.
I might run out of electric. I don't know. Some
no,
places
no,
I
no.
travel don't have the.
You hear that,
the
Ford? She
charging.
would be perfect to test out your
Yes,
Lightning.
yes, you would. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you to both of you. I
Sorry.
really appreciate it. I know it took a minute to get me in here, that we've been talking about it, but I had a lot of fun. So
I think it took just as long as it needed to.
Yeah. Everything.
as
that
long
I
as
did
the once the Sanidate was in.
No, you
That's
did
what
a
she
great
wanted to
job.
wait for.
Yeah, straight up.
No, I appreciate you guys. I think what you guys do is great, and you guys are advocating for the industry and people you interview too. So
Yeah.
gives a nice broad view to who's involved and everything. So I appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you, Reilly. All right, guys, you already know. God bless you. Stay safe.
Mindset,
And
elevate,
let's go.
drive, and demonstrate, planting a movement. Sow the seeds, educate the flourish, building up the team. Our network with purpose. Industry is green, only scratch the surface. Know this call is deep. Nobody gonna work us. Yeah, we chasing greatness, trying to give the code. Moving up with patience, foundation stone. Doing what it takes. We're here to break the mold. This for anyone who wanna level up. Let's grow.